Hey Magic fans, welcome back. As promised, we are done with the 6 boxes or case of draft boosters. You can see my loot here. What I'd like to do first is go over what I got in the actual draft booster boxes, what that value equates to, and what the numbers are for that. And then we'll compare this to the average of the 3 cases of set boosters. And let's see which one wins. What do you guys think? Put your comments down below before I get too far into the video. But as you can see, we ended up with 2 Vorinclexes, 2 Goldspan Dragons. We ended up with 3 Comas, one of them foil. Sexy. We got some full art mythics down here. So basically, these mythics here are around $5 to 10. All these here are above 10. Of course, these are up in the 30s and 40s, along with this one. These here are around 5. We have a foil mythic, 2 foils rares, second foil mythic. And then we have some normal foils here for our regular rares, which don't really go around $5. We have our additional mythics here. You guys can see most of those are around $5 or probably below $5 actually. So how these numbers came up, and then we have the stack of rares here that I didn't actually go through. Now I'm gonna run the math the same way I did in the other videos, which basically these I actually did dollar amounts. These I gave $1 a piece. These I gave $2. So what we come up with is in the money mythic slot, which are these right here, we come up with $238. So not too shabby there. Foils alone, we came up with around $50. Sorry about that, $50. And this Coma mythic I put in with the other mythics. So, and then of course I counted these as $2 a piece. There's a total of 30 mythics, so that's $60. These are $1 a piece. There's 186 of them. That's $372. So with that said, I'm sorry, I counted the rares at $2 a piece, and the mythics at 2 as well. So what we came up with was for the rares and mythics around 372 for just the rares itself. What that came up to was there's a mythic about 1 in every 7 packs. And then, of course, the extra mythics, combined with the 186 rares equals a 216, which is the exact number of packs. Of course, it does not include foils because foils take the place of another card. They do not take the place of a rare. So, with that said, we have $372 here. All of the mythics, dollar value plus the ones that are estimated to the side, $238. We have the foils, another $50. So that gives us $660. Now, with that said, a full case, this case in particular, I'll go ahead and let you guys know I actually paid $526 for this case. And it came back with a $660 value. Once again, this is at the time of filming. Markets go up and down, and these numbers could change sporadically depending on what day of the week it is. By the time I'm filming this, we're at $660 minus $526 for the case. Gave me a $146 profit. Now, once again, if you're trying to sell all these cards on eBay, you're really looking at a 20 to 30% loss. So that's easily $120 to $180 in loss. So really, you break even at best. Now, if we compare this to a set booster, so I'll go ahead and bring out my high-tech book here, and you can see all the math and numbers I was doing here. So, a draft booster versus a set booster. So, we had a total of 30 mythics, and we had 28 on average in a case of set boosters. So, the rares were 186 and then 211. Once again, draft only had 216 packs, so the 30 and 186 is obviously going to be 216. But in the set boosters, because there's less packs and some packs can have rares, out of 540 packs, or I'm sorry, out of the what is that, 30 packs by 6 is 180. It came up to 239. So actually, you get more rares in the draft and set boxes, and mythics will probably be variable. Foil wise, the draft boxes had in a case 2 mythic rares and 12 foil rares, which is basically 2 foil rares per box, which is what we found out going through it. In the set boosters, we ended up with 2 mythics for a case and 20 rares, foil, for the whole case. So that's actually a little above 3 to 4 foil rares per box. So actually, it's a better average in set boosters. There's less packs that you get foil rares. So then we talk about case prices. So the case prices, like I mentioned earlier, the draft case is $526. The set booster case for me was $567. Now, mind you, this is all with, everything cash back and bonuses and special fees and so forth and so on. So these prices might not reflect what you pay, so these might be a little different for you guys. I tried going online and looking, but because it's aftermarket and everything's off allocation, the prices are really screwy. So I'm just going off of what I paid in the very beginning before anybody knew these cards are worth anything. So what that comes up to is the case value, like I mentioned for draft, was $660. The case value for the set boosters was $821. So what that turned out to be was a plus 146 for a case, and you get plus 254 for a set case. So actually you make a lot more money card value wise on set boosters than you do draft boosters, but there is a price difference, and the price difference between the two of these is $41. So if you took the $41 out of it, you actually made a positive, or net, I did on average, of $213 extra buying set boosters than I did buying draft boosters. So those are your numbers there, guys. That'll give you a little something to think about. So if you're just thinking about collecting and cracking packs, set boosters is probably where it's at for you. Yeah, they're going to cost you some more money up front, but in the long run, they will have a higher payoff than the draft boosters actually will. And if you divide that 213 by 6 to figure out how much extra you get per box, that's roughly an extra $30 a box of value, as long as you have good boxes. We did have one set booster case that was really low, but the other two were really high, which pulled the average up. Just for example, one set booster case was around $760, but the other two were a lot higher, above the $850 mark, which averaged it out to the numbers I just showed you, which is around $821. So then again, it really does depend on what you pull and what you get. But just from a professional standpoint, guys, and from what I think, if you want to buy boxes, just in general for Magic, and you just want to crack the whole box, you definitely should be buying a set booster. Now, if you're going to buy a box because you want to draft and you want to play with your friends and things like that, you need a draft booster, because the draft booster is arranged so it's actually made to be drafted. I mean, you could probably draft with the set boosters, but I think it might be a little funny since every pack has like a theme to it per se. So I'm not really sure how that would play out. Plus, it costs a little bit more. Draft, doing it through draft would be a lot cheaper for that standpoint, because you're just getting one rare and then you're good to go. And then it's all about fun of playing, right? But if you actually want to crack packs to actually make money and maybe even sell some cards while building a collection, definitely go with the set boosters. And a lot of that extra value you see in those set boosters, I'm going to basically tell you guys, probably comes from the list. Because every box had a really valuable list card in it of at least $40 to $50, which is that extra $30 we were talking about. So if you took the list out of the set boosters, I honestly think it'd be basically the same value as a regular draft booster box. So really the only thing it's got going for it, is the guaranteed rares, the list cards, which will make you money. So if the list ever gets bad or the card value on the list isn't good and the prices are bad, then the set booster is not the way to go. And I think some people are seeing that, because if you don't get good set cards, like if you get bad set rares in your booster, then your box value is just as much as a draft, except you paid more for it. And we've seen that on a couple boosters, or a couple boxes, set boxes. But because we did it a case at a time, the average was higher. So once again, you know, if you're going to buy individual boxes, on average, the set boosters will be better, but there is that chance that you can get hosed depending on what you pull out of them. So with that said, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for watching the channel and staying with me through this whole ordeal. With that said, give me a good like and subscribe. Tell me what you think below. Down in the comments, I'll reply first chance I get. And also, we look forward now to Strixhaven coming out. We'll get to do this all over again and see what that looks like. But before that, we have Time Spiral Remastered. I've got 3 boxes coming in, so I can only get 3 videos of box openings because it is a remaster set, and it was kind of pricey. And plus, with allocation and everything else going on, it was really hard to get enough. So we'll see what that looks like, and I'm kind of myself worried a little bit about the dollar value of that set because I don't know if it's really going to be worth what the box value is. But until then, guys, remember, go out there, have fun, play some Magic with your friends and your family. Let's get past this COVID thing or virus thing and actually, you know, hang out with our family again. And as always, be kind, guys. And until next time, I'll see you then.